The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Welcome back to Realtionship. I'm your host, Cammie Crawford. Obviously, that's why you're here. You know the vibes. I am here today with the hosts of the Good Moms Bad Choices podcast, Erica and Milah.
Hi, hello there.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being so blunt and honest about motherhood. I can't relate because I am not a mother personally. I'm a fur mother. I have a dog.
A fur mother?
Which fur mothers matter too.
They do. What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Boston Terrier.
Oh,
his name is Biggie Smalls.
Oh.
He's very, very cute. But I can't even manage myself and my dog, let alone the thought of managing children and yourself.
Me neither.
How do you do it?
It's absolutely crazy. Every day I do it, doesn't matter how long has gone by, I'm always like, how the fuck is this happening? How am I doing this? This is crazy.
You're just going as you go along, right?
Honestly, you just figure it out, but it's not easy.
Yeah. But I feel like not enough people talk about the fact that it's not easy.
I don't know how they don't. It's hard to keep it together, girl. It's hard. It's a lot. I think it definitely helps. I have she's like my co-parent. We really help each other. So, but it is definitely difficult.
Yeah. Because you both have how many each?
One.
Are you both in committed long-term relationships with their parents? Single moms.
Single mamas,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
We love that.
Yes,
we love that.
Single moms matter.
I totally, first of all, shout out to the fucking single moms, because I can't imagine the pressure and everything that it takes just to be a mom on its own within, a traditional family system, let alone doing it by yourself. I feel like the fact that you guys have each other, that is the best way to describe it. It's like a co-parenting situation.
It is. She's my platonic wife. We talk about it a lot on the show, our platonic love. And we plan trips together with our kids. They go to camp together.
We travel together. We put them, they're in soccer together. They're sisters and we're best friends and we're business partners. But we are wives. We consult with each other. We have a joint bank account.
Really?
Well, we have our business partners, so yeah.
Oh, right. I love that.
So yeah, it definitely helps to have a tribe,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been quite a journey, but it does help to have somebody our kids are around the same age. They're both girls.
Yeah.
And, we're hitting milestones around the same time. So we can consult with each other. Is this happening over there? And so it does definitely help to have someone going through the same thing. And that's kind of what made us start our podcast and kind of start our friendship. We have a mutual friend, and we both were the first to get pregnant in our friend groups, and we felt alone and felt fucking strange and overwhelmed with joy, but also what the fuck is this? And she hunted me down in the bathroom at a party and was like, hey, aren't you so-and-so's friend? And I was like, yeah. She's like, take my number. We both have babies the same age. I'm like, okay. And on Monday we had a play date, and that was kind of how just our friendship started. So yeah, it's definitely community.
You've been making
helps.
bad choices ever since.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I feel that, because how old are your girls?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. So they're literally basically Irish twins.
Yeah, they're the same age. I almost forgot. I was like, is she 6? Is she 7?
I know. My daughter, her daughter's 4 or 5 months older than mine. But my
I
daughter's 7, basically. I guess I got to get used to saying that. She's 7.
I know you're trying to hold on to 6.
I am, so shut the fuck up. She was going to try to say 7. I was like, bitch, she's 6. Relax.
Oh my God. I love that though, because I feel like that's the goal. My best friend and I had a pact to have kids at the same time and do everything at the same time. We also had a pact once to break up with our boyfriends at the same time. She ended up getting married.
We did that, but it wasn't a pact. It just happened.
See, I love that though, because then you have built-in best friends for your kids, and you guys have now become built-in best friends and business partners and everything. I guess I feel like for us, I didn't realize how many moms and how many single moms we have that listen to Realtionship. Shout out to y'all.
Hey,
single mamas.
And even, we do polls on our Instagram all the time, and we ask questions and, try to see kind of where people are at. And I think that the biggest response that we got was from moms saying nobody talks about the reality of being a mom, and yeah, it's amazing, but it's also really lonely and sad sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys do on your podcast to kind of feed into those moms who are feeling sad and lonely? And
I mean, I think I think inevitably there's no cure for that. It's part of, I think it's part of the journey in motherhood. But obviously I think for me and Milah, our tribe has been crucial. I mean, I think the reason we started the podcast was kind of out of sheer loneliness. That's kind of like the foundation of it all. I had no mom friends. I saw Milah. I was like, please be my friend. Like, it was out of desperation. In no other case would I have like intentionally sought out a girl at a bar and like drop my baby off to just go find this bitch, corner her, make this play date happen, and then say, hey, want to start a business?
Yeah.
Like, that's totally not normal. And it really did come from like, oh my God, like I can relate to you. Can we talk? So I think a lot of times, you know, I know there's a lot of women out there that, you know, either maybe don't have a lot of friends or in cities where maybe they've moved somewhere where they don't know anyone, they're starting over. It's really crucial that you make that a priority. Like having like people that you can even just have a conversation with is really important. Like the dependence and all those things come, but I think even being able to call Milah and have conversations with her before we even started the podcast, like I was like, oh my God, I feel like I need this. I need her.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think also prioritizing yourself is a big one. Often moms, we experience extreme mom guilt in every little thing that we do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I've found the cure, because I don't think there is one. But you have to push through it, and you have to prioritize yourself so that you can be a good mom.
Yeah.
You know, I think also like when finding your tribe, I think it's important not to just find other mom friends, but actually find your tribe. Like people, Erica and I, like we bonded over like, she found a couple on Tinder and I was like, oh, she's spicier than I thought she was. Like, actually, wow, I really like her, you know, and then like, you have to, because sometimes I think as a mom, what becomes isolating is you inherently start to believe that you're supposed to show up a certain way. That's different than how you used to show up in the world, and that now you're a mom, so like I can't go hang out with you. Oh, now you're a mom.
You can't be in the club.
Yeah, like I can't be in the club.
Taking bottles to the head.
Oh no, I'm not.
Why not?
I'm not taking a trip. I'm not going to leave my kid. You know, there's this mindset that happens like just because we're socially conditioned that way as women, and if you're not careful, you'll fuck around and be like some person you were never intended to be because you think you're supposed to show up a certain way. And sometimes you find friends as moms, you join mom groups, and they believe the same thing. And like, you have to find your people, you know, like one thing about our community is that we're like, come as you are, you know, like we do make bad choices and that's human and that's okay. And we prioritize ourselves and that's fucking necessary because you'll be sad if you don't first find yourself and then tend to your garden and to your children. You have to be like walking in your authenticity, and that doesn't always include just being a mother. There has to be more to you, really. It's same as in your relationship. You can't just be a girlfriend or just be a wife. You have to have like some independence and identity, and I think that's super important too when finding your tribe.
Yeah. Well, because as a good mom, I mean, I feel like hopefully all the moms are good. You know, some moms and
there's some trash moms.
No, for
sure. There are some bad moms making bad choices for sure. But like, what is a bad choice?
I mean, some people would say smoking weed is a bad choice. Some people would say my daughter knowing that I smoke weed is a bad choice. Some people would say me having, you know, the reason I met Milah was because I shared the story about me dating a married couple. Like, all these things could potentially be bad.
Let's talk about that.
Well, we can, girl. But all those things could potentially be deemed bad choices, right? But they work for me and they make me happy, and my daughter is happy, and that's all that really matters. I think obviously, yes, I have made bad choices. Like I have admitted the bad choices, and hopefully I've learned from them. And that is kind of the message of that bad choice. I think because it's kind of interchangeable. Yes, there's bad choices, but then there's also bad choices that are really great choices. So
it may be a bad choice now, but like future you will appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's a story. Bad choices make great stories.
For the plot. It's all for the plot. For me, I remember there was a time when my cousin was having a baby, my best friend was having a baby at the same time, but my cousin already has one. So I was talking to her and I was just like, my best friend's having a baby. Like, can I send her memes like after she has the baby? Like, what can we talk about?
What memes?
Because I'm like, you know, if I'm a mom, I'm just trying to like put myself in a mom's shoes.
Okay, see, this is the problem right here. This is here.
This is the problem.
Is that people think moms are become these like delicate creatures after like we actually
give birth.
We gave birth, and actually like it's actually, we become so much stronger. And I appreciate you asking this question, because I think oftentimes people who don't have children and maybe their friends start to have kids, they don't know how to show up for them.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know, like, because I know for me, I lost a lot of friends when I got pregnant, because I was the first of my friends. I was maybe 26 and 27, 26. And like, they stopped inviting me out. Like, they were like, oh, she doesn't want to come. And then I was like, are they embarrassed of me? Oh my God, I swear I don't look pregnant yet. I'll wear the sweater. Like, they just count you out. It's this thing that, it's like this weird shift that like happens to the friends without kids. It's like they suddenly start counting you out of things, assuming that you won't go. And you know what? Sometimes we won't. Yeah. Sometimes we're fucking tired, but we need the invitation. Yeah. We need it. Like, keep inviting us. Right. We will say yes sometimes.
And that was my thing. I was like, I don't want to be weird.
And actually, like, we do need those memes. We need to laugh.
Right. That's what she was saying.
And we need to feel like
she was like, send the fucking memes, send the invitations. Like, don't just stop doing that, because like, and that's my bitch at the end of the day. Like, I want her to know that, like, you're my bitch and I love you. And like, I want to make sure I'm gonna check on the baby. And like, if I'm having a sad moment, I'm like, send pictures of the baby now. I need it for my serotonin.
And also go pick up that baby.
And exactly. Yeah, right. Take it to the park.
And she probably say no, so you can't really ask. You gotta just like roll up. Just be like, hey, I'm in the area. Like, I was gonna pick up. Yeah, just like you do. Go get your nails done. Yeah, because I think a lot of times it's the guilt that won't let us say yes. We're like, they don't really want to pick our baby up. Like, oh, they're just doing that. Like,
I'll seem ungrateful if I want to have a moment to myself. Like, am I a good mom if I want to get rid of this fucking baby for 2 hours? Of course you fucking are. You know, like, also for the new moms and for the moms who are like putting that on themselves, like, actually the healthy thing to do is, as soon as you can, go do some shit for your fucking self. Like, if you're in the position that you can go on a trip, like we went on a trip without our kids for 2 weeks, and I was like, every mom should do this once a year. Like, it should be required, like a momcation, but like no kids allowed. It was like, you need to have that. And especially after you give birth, like, obviously the first 6 months, for, you know, it gets tough when you're breastfeeding and shit, but you've just carried a baby. You've just created a human, and it's super important for you to figure out, get back to yourself and get comfortable in that, because it is an adjustment. But like, so often that mom guilt won't allow moms to do it, because they think everyone's going to think they're a bad mom. They're going to think like, damn, am I a bad mom? I do want to get the fuck away from my kid. Yes, you should. And it's healthy. You're still a human being.
Yeah. But that's why, like, even, you know, I have a lot of mom friends who, they vent to me and I'm like, I can't relate, but you know, I'll be trying. When they come out to dinner, or like they actually do go out, and then everyone's like, where's the baby? And you're like, bitch, I've been with the baby all day. Like, can I have 3 hours to just have dinner with y'all without you asking me about?
Oh, I think that just happened. People don't even realize they're asking it.
Yeah.
It's like with her dad.
Yeah. That.
With the other creator of her.
That. And then the person will be like, oh, how, that's so sweet. Oh my God, he's watching.
Oh, is it sweet when I'm watching her? No, it's fucking perfectly normal.
Exactly.
You're still not inviting me.
Nobody cares when it's the mom, but when it's the dad, it's like he's the hero.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
For babysitting, quote unquote, babysitting his child.
Crazy.
Why is it like that?
Because we've created this fucked up
system. Because we live in a patriarchy.
Yeah, it's a patriarchy.
The patriarchy. Everything's a patriarchy's fault. Anytime there's a problem, it's a patriarchy.
It's so trash.
Blame the patriarchy.
I do every day.
Yeah.
We had asked our listeners, you know, or people who want to be parents one day, who are current parents or want to be parents one day, what are some relationship topics that you would want to hear us discuss concerning you? Nothing is off limits. And boy, look at, first of all, you guys can't see it if you're listening, but
oh wow, they came pouring in.
Wait, concerning us specifically?
Yes.
Oh, us?
Yes.
Oh,
for this topic.
Okay.
But you guys are the best people to answer, because I know
parents.
You'll be real.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I know you'll be real. Okay, so someone asked, at what point is it appropriate to switch all the attention from the littles to a new relationship? So both of you are single and, like, you know, you have kids. At what point did you feel comfortable after having them dating again?
The question is worded so extreme.
I know, like, you're switching
all
it off.
of your attention now, pour it into somebody else.
Fuck your kids. Fuck those kids. Find a nigga. Like, what? No, I think that is really, I mean, I think that's a personal choice. I think, I mean, whenever you're ready. I mean, I don't think there's a certain amount of time. I mean, if you were single during pregnancy and gave birth and, you know, I don't know,
You feeling ready?
3 months in, you ready to go on a hinge date?
Yeah.
Go on that date. I mean, why not?
At what point do you tell the person that you're dating that's like brand new that you have kids?
Immediately.
I would say immediately.
Immediately.
It's kind of hard to not mention you're a whole ass human's parent. Like, how do you avoid that?
I mean, unless you're not trying to have anything, unless you're just having fun, then maybe it's not that important, you know, if that person's not going to be like a real player in your life. Because, you know, also when you first start dating, like, I'm an advocate of casual sex. Like, I think you should just go do the thing, get it out, go get
Feel yourself
out, explore. And not everyone needs to stay, and they don't all need to know your business.
Yeah.
But I would say if you're really actually dating with intention and you're trying to, like, you know, see what's out there, I mean, put that shit on your profile.
Yeah.
Or lead with that. I always like to slide in. Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, I just dropped my daughter off at school and then I'm going to head to the gym. Yep. Got a kid.
Yep. Surprise. Bitch.
Yeah.
Because you're either going to get with it or get lost.
And
Can't hide the kid.
Yeah.
For so long.
No, I agree. And like, would you want to date? Like,
Someone-
if I went on a date with a man and like 10 dates in, now I'm finding out you got 3 kids, I'm going to be like,
What? Like, how did
Bro.
you not mention that?
I mean, I used to feel when I first started dating, I mean, honestly, I did feel insecure about having a kid. I think it's a natural feeling. And I didn't always lead with that, but I worked through that, but because I think it really is important and you should feel empowered that you're a parent. Like, you fucking brought life into this world. You're a born nurturer. That is so valuable. That's what men say they want, right? A man nurturer and all those things. Well, here I am.
right. I agree.
Keeping humans alive.
I agree.
Every day.
How do you find the balance between protecting your kids and over sheltering them?
I'm an advocate for creating independent children. So I try not to over shelter my child. I mean, obviously there's child, like, age appropriate things, you know, but I do like Erica said, we're honest, you know, we talk of like, this is mommy's flower, I smoke cannabis, we go outside, like,
Mommy's flower.
yeah. So we're honest parents. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be like, oh, go in the house. I'm not, you know, like how our parents did us. You
Yeah.
know, when you knew you smelled it, you're like, fucking insulting my intelligence.
Or daddy's juice. My dad called his beer daddy's juice. And then
Okay, well,
one
that's
of
confusing because then Kitty is going to drink daddy's juice.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
And my sister was like, it's daddy's juice. It's daddy's juice. We're like, no, it's beer, bitch. You're supposed to be drinking it. You're 5 years old. Like, I feel like honesty is the best policy. I also don't see myself when I become a parent one day, like, not cursing in front of my kids. It's just something that I do naturally.
I curse. I mean, I talk to my kid like I'm talking to you. Like, girl, don't fucking play with me.
Yeah.
Your acting skills are low today. Like, I'm not. Stop. I'm not playing with you. Like, I'm not like, oh, I've never done that. It's not in me. And sometimes I've softened because of motherhood, but definitely, like, we're talking regular around here.
Yeah. I think that's helpful too with like creating that kind of friendship bond with your kids. Like, my mom and I are best friends. And I think one of the best things that she ever did for me growing up was she never told me to never do something. She was never like, don't ever do that. Never do this. She would always be like, this is what I would do if I was in the situation, but like, do you? And that helped me so much because I feel like when you're constantly telling your kids like, don't, you better not. In some situations, like, yes, like,
It creates it
it
creates a confusion. It creates self-doubt. So yeah, I that's dope that your mom did that.
Yeah, she was cool. I can't even lie. I never lied about like where I went. Well, you know, unless I was like fucking. But other than that, like, I never like would say like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends when I was really going to a party, because we had that kind of level of trust where
I could be like, come get
I'm
me.
going to a party.
Right.
And she would be like, if you're drunk, I don't care if it's 3 a.m., call me and I'll come pick you up. And she did. And I didn't get my ass whooped the next day.
Right.
Speaking of ass whooping, some people had asked about gentle parenting versus, you know, I guess traditional. I don't know. For me, getting an ass whooping is traditional. But a lot of people don't agree with it. Where do you guys stand on that?
I have spanked my child. I try not to, honestly. We have a friend, Jessica Rose, shout out to her, that she's really a huge advocate about not spanking your kid. And like, since, you know, she's my friend, and like listening to her, sometimes it does plant seeds. Like, first of all, they don't care, girl. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
They don't. They start laughing.
And
these days. These
low
kids feel
key,
different.
whenever I have like spanked my child, it's been a long time. I hurt myself. My hand hurts, and I'm like, this hurts.
Yeah.
I'm mad at you, and I'm mad now that I hurt you and me.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't feel good.
And I'm like, I'm not about to chase you with the belt because that's crazy. So
I've definitely been chased with belts.
so have I, but like
I'm a queen of threatening it. Like, I'm gonna get the wooden spoon.
Oh.
But girl,
I'm a Scorpio. I have better ways.
Me
of,
too.
Oh, hey girl.
Yes. What are you?
I'm a Cancer.
The water signs at the table.
Yeah, see, I got-
Christiana's a Libra, but we still love her.
I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra.
I am
moon
a Libra
too.
moon.
I'm a Libra moon too.
Libra moon, rising Virgo.
I am a Sagittarius moon and rising Scorpio, double Scorpio.
Ooh.
And that's what I'm saying. I have better ways to reprimand you than with my hands. Don't fuck with me.
Because the words will cut deep.
I don't even got to say shit.
Yeah.
I do it with my mind.
Yeah. The look alone. Yeah. I don't know how I feel like it's case by case, but I got spanked and I was fine. But
I feel you.
it's also hard to like teach your kids. I feel like saying like don't put your hands on anyone
And then putting your
and
hands
then
on
put
them.
your hands
And
on
yeah,
them.
that's the thing. It's like, how can I can't resolve shit with violence and then
Yeah.
tell you not to be violent. Like,
Yeah.
it's very hypocritical. So yeah, I think there's like spankings are maybe starting to be a thing of the past. But then there's some badass kids that need to be fucking spanked too.
My daughter hit me once and I hit her back and she was shook. She was like, and I was like, don't hit somebody unless you're ready to get hit back.
That's
and she
true.
She never did again. I was like, that's right.
That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
Because
So.
you will get hit. You hit before. You
Yeah.
can't just,
I don't like, even the other day, my daughter's been in this phase, or she's been in this phase a long time because she's super competitive. And she always wants me to like let her win. Like, can you just let me win this time? And I'm that parent that says, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to. Every now and then I will. I won't let her know I did. But I tell her, I'm like, girl, the world is not going to let you win.
Right.
Like, I'm going to keep it real with you.
That's
Like,
true. And that's not a lie. So I believe in that. Someone said, is there ever any regret about having kids? Have you ever experienced that? Maybe with any of your friends or anyone that's had kids? It's like, ugh.
I have never regretted having my child. I have felt like regret in the person I've had the child with in ways at times. I think I've felt resentful at times for sure, that like, why am I have to take on this responsibility all the time? Or and I guess there's been times you're like, damn, like I didn't have a kid, I could just go to Africa this week. I could have went to Africa this week, y'all, but shit. But never, no. Like, God, like she's so much of the reason of like of my happiness, and but also my purpose. And she's my teacher. And not to get all mommy and mushy and shit, but she is. And so I would say regret is a really strong word. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah. I think that there's like this misconception that after you have kids, though, that like everything becomes better. Like kids just make your life feel so much better. And maybe in the long term, yes. But some people, I feel like after they have kids, they don't feel that. Like some people don't feel that connection immediately.
People are really not honest about the fact that, okay, obviously I never regret having a child, and like it's the birth alone is the most incredible experience of my life. However, like you actually have to get to know this person. You
Yeah.
have to become attached to it. Like, and no one talks about that. And like it's a process, and you begin to love a person more the more you hang out with them and spend time with them and care for them. That is true. And like people don't, and that's why a lot of women like experience postpartum and don't discuss it, because you feel like you're supposed to immediately take on this mother nature ass persona, and it doesn't work that way. You're literally like, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you?
I'm like,
Are you?
what the fuck? There have been times I was cleaning my house and then I was like, check on that baby.
Oh.
Like you forget. There is a process of getting to learn and to love, and it gets more and more and deeper and deeper. But like you don't have a baby and life gets easier.
No.
Right. And some people think having a baby will change, their shitty relationship.
No, that's the worst thing you could do.
Oh, girl, it won't. I promise
It'll make
you.
you
I
feel
swear
even
to God, you
shittier
are not the exception to the rule.
That you brought
Yeah.
a human into this bullshit. Like, damn, I didn't.
Right.
She didn't ask
And
for
now you got to do. Now you're even more resentful of the person because they're doing
Never going
exactly
anywhere.
what they did to you, to her, to him. So, and now
That
you're even
part.
pissed because mama bear.
Yeah, no, it's true. I remember, so my biological father left when I was 5. So I don't know him, don't care to know him. But my mom has apologized to me, like now in my adult life, about, she's just like, I wish that I would have found you a better father figure. I'm like, girl, I'm grown.
Right.
We're okay now. But like, I can understand that kind of regret and guilt and feeling like, you know, I think anyone who's bringing a child into this world, if you're a decent human being, wants the best for that child, no matter what. And like, you hope to give your child the best, but you're still a fucking human being. So like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Everybody makes choices.
They do.
Good and bad.
Yeah, and you got to prepare your child for the reality of the world, you know, and you love them and nurture them. But ultimately, yeah, you got to let them know, be real, because real shit will happen.
That part.
Inevitably.
Okay, so someone wrote in, they want to be anonymous, and they said, I have a really hard time with my almost 13-year-old daughter. I had her when I was 20 and her older brother when I was 18. Their father passed away when my daughter was 10 months old. My son had just turned 2 years old. After this happened, without realizing, I disconnected myself emotionally from everything and everyone. It's taken me years to realize the effect of his death and that it had on my relationship with my children. I was too scared to discipline because I felt bad. I didn't want them to hate their only parent. Of course, now I know better, but it's a little too late. Fast forward to today, my daughter intimidates me. She runs the show, and I can't ask her to do a simple chore without her talking back or saying something hurtful. For example, why don't you do it? We aren't your servants, etc. I've tried countless times to talk to her and explain that she is hurtful and disrespectful. I take items away, such as the phone, TV, etc., and it does not faze her. She just pretends to be unbothered by any sort of punishment. During vulnerable moments, she has shared that she feels terrible, that she makes me cry, and that our relationship is the way it is. But she says she doesn't know how to change. I've always kept my cool, and I hardly yell. I'm very patient with dealing with my children because I know they've been through a lot and they have a lot of feelings inside of them. However, I'm ready for our relationship to improve. I'm ready to be able to have a conversation with my daughter without feeling like either one of us has to be on the defense.
Therapy.
Therapy. They have to go to therapy.
That's all I got for you, sis. Therapy. I think
she needs to go alone. You need to go alone. You guys need to go together.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Yeah.
You need to moderate, and you know, you need to moderate the anger, because she's angry and sad about something, and it's maybe unresolved stuff but it's not you, and she can't keep dogging you and treating you that way, and that doesn't excuse that behavior, and she might need to work it out with the therapist.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. We had some people write in who were saying that like the idea of moms going to therapy, it's almost like you failed as a mom if you're going to therapy. I feel like there's nothing more empowering and strong about anyone in therapy.
It's like, let's figure this out. Come on, let's take control of our relationship.
Yes.
Like, you have to flip that narrative, because I will beat that little girl's ass.
Period.
I'm just kidding. Let me bring it back. Like,
Don't spank, but spank
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm not talking about your daughter specifically, okay, sis? I'm just saying, like, if my daughter said, "We're not your slaves, bitch."
Yeah.
Well, I'm
like,
not yours.
A bitch might
Get out.
flip. I've almost said bitch to my daughter before. Okay, like because the kids
right.
be going for it, and they really be
They're
trying
so
you.
mean.
Where like in a way that if an adult did, there's no way you wouldn't call her a bitch. So I have to really get that part together.
Even at 13, like I think about where I was at 13. My mom and I have always had like a really close relationship, but like 13-year-olds are fucking mean.
They are mean. I think about myself. I was a bitch. I was straight up bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and my mom did not get along. I was going through like a lot of emotions about my father not being around and just different things. I didn't even know what I was angry about. I couldn't even like put a finger on it. I just knew I was angry. I was annoyed. I don't want to hear about it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Leave me the fuck alone. And yeah, you go through this, and I think also it is hormonal too. Like
you're just an angry little bitch.
You're
Everything
going
is changed, and you want to fuck, but like you don't know
know
how.
how.
You barely know how to insert a tampon.
Like your mom hasn't told you about tampons,
Yeah.
but she knows you're bleeding.
Yes.
It's just like it's annoying, and it's a confusing, really difficult time.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. That is not. I'm not looking forward to 13, and I don't have any advice for you because I don't have a 13-year-old. But I do know that at 13, though, myself being maybe like your daughter who needed her ass beat, I started to go to therapy at school, actually.
Oh, they offer that at school?
It's so random. Like they go around all the. I went to this private school in Sherman Oaks, and they would go to the class and they'd be like, "Does like any of the kids here like?" They would specifically target the kids that they knew that didn't have like or weren't in 2-parent households.
Oh.
And like ask if we needed to talk, but I
like yeah.
Actually, I do.
And I did want to talk, so I was like, I do need to talk. And then also I found out you can get out of class like once a week or something, and I was like, this sounds like
Sign me up.
Yeah.
But actually, it was really. I'm so grateful that I had that. I don't want to say like it totally transformed my relationship with my mom, because it didn't, but it gave me an outlet at least to like start being able to talk about my feelings, at least with somebody.
Yeah. I feel like every school should do that, but then it's like, is it a conflict of interest? Because like, what if it's like your gym teacher?
No,
No,
this
like
was
an appointed
an
person.
appointed person.
An
Yeah,
actual
this was
therapist.
like a therapist that's on. Yeah,
I love that. I feel like more people should do that. I just started therapy a year ago, and it transformed my life. And I used to tell my therapist in the beginning, like, I should have been doing this a long time ago. And she's like, let's not talk about the
You're
past.
here now.
You're here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You're doing what you're supposed to do. But I totally agree. You need to go to therapy with your daughter and your son. Like, just bring the whole family.
Yeah.
Bring the whole family. But everybody needs their own.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's a conflict when one therapist is like,
For everybody.
For everybody.
They know the whole.
because like then you're listening to your daughter talk, and the therapist is listening to your daughter talk, and she's like, that's not what your mom said.
Right. I don't know if that. Yeah. I
Like,
would
no.
hope a therapist wouldn't take on a whole family like that
Yeah.
individually.
I've seen it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure they do. They
especially the religious ones.
Want, yeah, they want the whole check.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the next person said, "Hi, Cammie. I love you and everything you emulate." Oh, thanks, boo. I'm obsessed with Realtionship. I literally wait by my phone for new episodes to drop. We love that. I need some advice on what to do here. I'm a single mom of 2 girls. I've had trouble with relationships in the past, but I've taken some time to heal, grow, drop some weight, get a couple of degrees, period,
Okay.
and really just level up my life. I feel like I'm in a position now to start dating towards something serious. I did meet this one guy. He also has a young daughter, and he's such a good dad. We've been seeing each other for a while now. He met my girls. I met his daughter. We spend time together, go on amazing dates, and have amazing sex. The only problem is,
Oh God, what?
there's always a problem.
It's always a
I'm
problem.
scared. I don't want to
And
know.
the Lord said, give them a problem.
Exactly. He keeps dropping comments about being excited to move out of state in a year to live the single dad life.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, hold on. Hold up. What? Wait. The fuck?
So he wants to be friends.
He tells me not to get too attached and then takes me on dates. I feel like I'm getting mixed signals. Should I just stop
get out.
before I get hurt?
Get out.
I mean, I don't. I wonder if he's saying I don't want to get attached, but we can hang out. Can you not handle that type of relationship? It sounds like he's telling you that he's about to move in 1 year and live the single dad life.
that sounds like that's not what she wants.
Yeah, so maybe you should, if it's hard for you to differentiate, he's telling you what he wants, and you should probably stop seeing him if you're developing feelings. And he's obviously super cash.
I agree. I think, look, I get it. When you meet a guy that was like great with your kid, and maybe they have kids, and it's a mind fuck. It's like dickmatizing too, and the sex is good, girl.
Yeah, it's for sure dickmatizing.
Run.
Just
Get
let
hurry up right now. Pack up, get it out, because that sounds like a trap. Because
Yeah.
a good dick mixed with daddy skills.
Yeah, and you're gonna try and get
Is
married.
is that like the racket?
I
If
think
they have
good dick plus
and
daddy skills. It's a wrap.
And that's a nice combo. I'd say so.
Damn. And he has a kid, so like now you're thinking about your blended
family,
family.
right? Like, yeah,
That's
you're about to be like
perfect.
Swiss and Alicia for 5 seconds. Like, girl, unless you're about to move too.
Right.
Oh, but
he didn't invite you.
He didn't,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
didn't
invite.
sound like
He
he's
didn't-
that single daddy.
And I
move.
wouldn't be preying on him inviting you.
No.
And the kids, because he may not.
And
then you're
don't
gonna be
think
disappointed.
that you are going to change his mind. That is what we always do.
always
He's gonna
think
fall in
that.
love, and
We
he's
always,
gonna. Yeah.
if I just keep being this perfect partner and show him like the top-notch wife skills I have, he's gonna change his mind, girl.
he may not, and you have to live with that, and live with the fact that he told you from jump.
He hasn't changed his mind. He literally just said this. So, and y'all been seeing each other for a while, girl.
Ooh.
So either disconnect, which I don't think is possible. I don't know you, but I just know women and myself and just how our pussies are set up. Or, totally disconnect.
Yeah.
Completely disconnect.
But like stop having sex or
disconnect
just
meaning like disconnect like and just be casual with him, or actually disconnect.
I feel like I would just have to cut it off altogether.
Yeah, that's
'Cause-
rough. That's hard because you get this like fairy tale in your head and you just
start
can't-
daydreaming.
it's not real.
Yeah. We love to project the future that we see.
Oh, we are
Love
Miss
it.
Cleo, okay?
But he's not seeing it. And if you're right, he is explicitly telling you he's not that invested.
I don't care, and he's explicitly telling you, and he's probably
Reminding you.
No, but his actions are saying something else. Obviously,
He's taking her
so
on
it's
dates.
very confusing. But believe what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, this is the last one. I'm a step parent, and I find it strange that my husband and his baby mama have such different stories about their breakup. Sometimes I'm afraid that back when I met him, there was more between them than he let on. It's been almost 7 years since we met, and obviously we're married now, so it almost feels crazy bringing it up. I'm also not sure if it even matters now. Both of them have moved on and gotten married, but we have to be in each other's lives because of the child, and it's kind of a weird vibe between her and I.
Well,
How do we feel?
First of all, girl, if that's what you've reckoned, it's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If your gut is telling you shit is not adding up, somebody's lying.
Yeah.
And you have to decide how important it is to you now at this point that there was a lie. Do you dig in that scratch and open that wound back up, or because you need to know? Or are you going to not get a divorce either?
What does knowing do? Are you gonna leave him? Are you going to rectify the relationship with the other baby mama? Like, what does it actually do? It gives you peace of mind?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Maybe the baby mama is treating her mean because the timeline is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some rift. I mean, it depends. If you want to be like an adult about it and like just want to sort this shit out so everybody's on the same page and hopefully you can grow from it, if you think everyone's mature enough for that, like, would that make you feel better just in your spirit, knowing like we all know what's the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But other than that, like, girl,
It's your man now.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You won.
The step-parent dynamic is always tricky, especially if the other person is not like in a committed relationship or still in love with the person that they have the kid with.
I'm glad I haven't really had to experience that yet. I mean, I've had to experience other women, but just not like a real relationship.
Would you let your daughters hang out with their dad's new girlfriend?
I don't think
I have a choice.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a real question.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, you have a baby with someone, and when you drop them off, you have to trust that they're doing their best. Like, I don't think it's realistic unless we just broke up and shit. Like, I don't think it's realistic. Like, don't ever invite no girls over to the house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stressing myself out like that. Like,
I did do that. I was that girl. I told him that I need to know who you're introducing my child to before it happens, and a lot of it was because I didn't really trust his decisions in general with men or women, and so. But did that happen? Did he respect those wishes? No. Did I respect his wishes? Yes. But then I was like, well, honestly, I don't really want to meet this bitch anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like if you have a really great co-parenting situation where you guys can communicate in that way and you guys can build that like line of communication and trust, amazing. But I think it's unrealistic. I do think it's unrealistic, and it's I mean, unless there's like your child's father is causing extreme harm to this child by having people around, like there's really no way to really know what's happening once you drop your kid off, especially when they're young. Now my daughter's she's 6 and she can tell me like, oh yeah, daddy's producer friend babysat me.
Like, huh?
I'm like, what?
And where was
Who?
daddy?
What's his name? Little what?
Yes.
But prior to that, like I had no way of knowing what was going on. So it's just, you made the choice to have a baby with this person.
you gotta trust them.
You have to fucking live with it, unfortunately.
And I think that at the end of the day, like, I would want to know that whoever my baby daddy brought into their life loves and cares about my child.
Absolutely. Like I would open up a line of communication with that person, to talk to them. But the idea that he's going to take the initiative to say, hey, I'm really dating someone special in my life.
They never do.
I really would like you to meet her. Like that never happens. It's happened a few times, but rarely.
Yeah. I feel like if he was that decent, you would still be together.
Girl.
Maybe.
Because they're not like that. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, because the mamas and the papas, I feel like everybody can get something out of this. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Can you tell everyone where to find you guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, just so you know, you guys, we're Good Moms, Bad Choices. And yes, we are moms, but we have a lot of people over here in our tribe that are not moms. We talk about so much: love, sex, dating, mental health, all the things. And you can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. So Good Moms, Bad Choices. On Instagram, it's goodmoms_bad choices. Check out our Patreon. We have a lot of bonus secret episodes, just so you know. Our shit is pretty raw and uncensored. So wear headphones. Don't listen to our podcast in the car with your kids. And enjoy the ride.
Yes, I love that. Thank you guys. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
That was
you.
so good. Hi, I'm Cami Crawford, host of the Realtionship podcast. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more videos, click below to subscribe and like this video for more Dear Media content. So shut up and listen.